Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. Today I'm going to be talking about my 2023 goals. This still feels really weird to say, and we're not that far away from 2023. So this will be an interesting video because I will just say off the bat, I don't really have a lot of goals for 2023. 2023 is going to be a major year of my life. My life and circumstances will be changing significantly, possibly the most significantly it's ever changed over the course of my entire lifetime. Definitely the most significant change that's ever happened since I graduated college, which was, 15 years ago at this point. Or something along those lines. Not 15 years ago. 2009 is when I graduated. So over 10, that's for sure. Actually, not that far off from 15 either, now that I'm thinking about it. Anyways, yeah, I am going to be getting married next year, and I am going to be living with my fiance, who we've been kind of long distance. We're not true long distance, I feel but he lives over an hour away from where I currently live, so we basically only see each other on the weekends, if then. And so, yeah, we're going to be living together. I will officially be living in the house that I own, and I just have no real idea of what 2022 or 2023 is going to hold for me. I have a feeling the first 3 to 4 months of the year is going to be really all over the place because the wedding's in April, and so for the next 3 months, I will be both preparing for the wedding as well as trying to get the house done. We're doing a lot of renovations, and so trying to get the house as ready as possible so we can move into it. That would be nice. That's going to be taking up a lot of my mental and emotional energy over the next 3 to 4 months. And then after that, I'm going to be married, and I genuinely have no idea what to expect from that. It's going to be a significant life shift. And so trying to think about 2023 goals of any sort, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's realistic. It's really hard to make plans when you don't know what's headed your way. Even just trying to make a budget for next year. I've been messing around with the budget a lot, and just there's so many variables and so many unknown details about the way my life as well as our life as a couple will be next year. And so we've been doing a lot of speculating and a lot of guesses and running various scenarios and things like that. Not that there's any way to ever really know what's coming your way, but this is definitely the least amount of information that I've had going into a new year. I've been thinking about 2023 goals for a month now, and for the majority of the month, I think part of it was also just my general exhaustion. I was just I don't think I have the capacity for 2023 goals. I think 2023 might be a no goal year. That was my original thought because I genuinely could not figure out what to do. I'm not going into 2023 with zero goals, but I'm definitely going in with minimal goals, with the thought that I'm not really holding myself very strongly to these goals. If they get accomplished, great, but if they don't, that's also okay. When there's this many unknowns happening at one time, I think it's okay to not have strict goals, but also at the same time my brain is still I want to make goals. It's the new year, so I'm making a couple goals, and I think I have some loose plans for the new year, but again, it's going to be very dependent on what else is happening in my life and if it's actually possible, because a lot of the fun stuff that I did over the course of this year was not planned in advance, but there are a couple of things that I'm interested in, and so we'll see what I can do. So the first thing I want to talk about is basically my big goal for the year, which is basically just making sure that my physical TBR stays under that 1 year cycle. So basically what I've been doing is just trying to make sure that I'm reading the oldest books on my physical TBR. I've gotten it down to the point now where all of the books that are currently on my physical TBR have all been purchased in 2022. And so my goal is that no book sits on my physical TBR for more than 12 months. So right now the oldest book on my physical TBR is from February of 2022. I received it from a publisher. And so my goal is that by the end of February, I will have read that book. I don't know if I'm going to be quite as strict as saying if I don't read it by February, then I have to get rid of it and things like that. But I do think that if I get to the end of 2022 and I haven't read the ones from the first half of the year, I will genuinely consider either getting rid of it or reevaluating if I actually want to read the book, things like that, because I don't want books lingering for a long time. And one of the reasons why I'm making this a goal for 2023 is because, and I feel like I keep saying 2022 when I mean to say 2023. Anyways, one of the reasons why I'm making this a goal for 2023 is because I know, or I should say because I don't know what's coming my way. I have a feeling that like that's something that I could see slipping, and that's something I genuinely care about, and I've worked really hard to get my TBR down to this point that I don't really want to lose this. So I'm hoping that, partially because like I haven't purchased a significant amount of books or received a significant amount of books in 2022, I'll be able to maintain this in 2023. But it's like the one thing, like if there's only one thing I accomplish in terms of my reading next year, I want this to be the thing. And along those lines, this is kind of like a sub goal or a related goal in regards to that. My lovely fiance, for our 1 year anniversary, got me this amazing and beautiful Zora Neale Hurston box set. I love it. I am so happy that he bought this for me. It's amazing. But this does mean that I now have like 9 more books unread on my shelves. There's 10 books in here total. One of them is These Eyes Were Watching God, which I've already read. He got this for me in July. I don't want to rush through this, but I also want to work my way through this. And so one of my goals is going to be to try to read one book from this box set every month, and I'm going to try to work my way through this in chronological order, so that way like by the end of the year I will have read all of the books. So this is like one of the kind of like exceptions to the rule of like keeping a 12-month or lower, because there will come a point where some of these books are unread and it's past the 12-month mark. But I'm going to try to like read one a month to try to space it out a little bit. And since there's 10, it'll give me like a month or two where I can kind of have some wiggle room. So yeah, that is the sub goal or like the related goal along those lines. And then I have a third goal, which is basically like in my head a stretch goal, and that is to work on some of the incomplete series that I've started and not finished. I've been thinking about this because I've been working my way through the Green Bone Saga series, which is like Jade War, Jade City, and I really like the fact that I'm like finishing this trilogy. And I know for a fact that there are lots of other series that are either connected series or like, you know, related books that an author has written that have just been sitting there for like years. And I think it would be really nice to at least make progress on, if not complete some of these, or like get caught up on some of these. There aren't a significant amount, and I don't have like a fully complete list yet, but I just think it would be nice to make some progress. I'm not holding myself to a number. Like in my head, I'm like, let's do one a month, but that doesn't feel realistic. Maybe 6 for the year. Like just make progress on it. I don't need to necessarily finish it, although finishing it would be nice. But again, this is sort of like a stretch or a bonus goal. If you're interested in me doing a video where I like go through the series that I could potentially read, let me know down in the comments below. Also, another video idea that I have is going through my like physical unread TBR pile. If you're interested in seeing what books I have in the pile, let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, 2023 reading wise will be relatively low stakes because I had a hard enough time in 2022, and I don't know how 2023 is going to go. And so I want to hold myself accountable for a couple of things, but I am going to show myself a lot of grace next year and just work on reading and enjoying the books that I'm reading, and, you know, not acquiring too many books over the year and things like that. So yeah, that's everything I have for my goals video. Pretty low stakes compared to some of the other ones. And I know I normally do like quarterly goals and things like that, and so I might like check in partway through the year and see how things are going, but otherwise, again, low stakes. So yeah, that is everything I have for this video. Let me know down in the comments below your 2023 reading goals, if you're doing anything similar to me or not, what you're hoping to accomplish with your reading, if there's any specific books you're hoping to read or anything along those lines. So yeah, that's all I have for now, and thanks for watching.